welcome to another episode of The Daily Kick. Well, in the former episode, just when we wrapped up, I invited our brother once more to join us for this particular episode. And if you didn't watch the former episode, let me just give you a slight recap on that. My brother right here, before I go introduce himself, Charlie, let me just give you that recap first. You know, bro, I mean, you can wait on that, right? Straight. All right, so in the former episode, we spoke about personal branding, personal image, and my brother right here took us through a few steps. 1, to work on your outlook. 2, to work on your mind. Now, after that is all about self-love. Self-love, Charlie, I don't even want to go too deep into that. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, once more introducing my brother, Cephas Nii Odartey Lamptey, who's going to take us through self-love. Cephas, welcome once more, man. Charlie, me, I just make happy. Anytime I see you, I'm just happy. And I want the viewers to know one thing, yeah? You know, it's always calculated. When I invite somebody to come up here, or when people hit me up like, yo, Schandorf, Charlie, let's do this, I take a look at you, I take a look at your personality, and then I try to, you know, decide, this guy, what is he good at? What do I feel that he can relate to? What can he talk about? Let me not talk too much. So, bringing Cephas to talk about self-love, one, I'll just give you a few pointers on that. Most evenings when I vibe with this, my brother right here, Charlie, Cephas will tell me that, yo, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to work out. Oh, Charlie, I had to go for a short run. And then Saturdays I'll call him, Charlie, I'm going hiking up the Bree Mountain. Okay, bro, I'm going to meditate, whatnot. I just love the way Cephas takes care of himself and loves himself. Cephas, without further ado, man, Charlie, just walk us through this whole self-love thing. But before that, how would you personally define self-love?
Self-love, in my own definition, I feel is you first of all understanding yourself and loving yourself and accepting yourself for who you are, and understanding that you're a spiritual being having a human experience, and it's normal for you to have flaws, to make mistakes, to have to feel inadequate in some areas, because you're here to experience life. And what's a better way to experience life than to have all those flaws and all those insecurities and working on them and improving them to become a better version of yourself. So self-love is putting into consideration all those things I've mentioned and accepting them as you. That's part of you. That's part of who you are. And that's not going to change until you have worked on them and changed them. So your fears, your insecurities, your flaws, they're all part of you. They are all part of what makes you you. Straight. All your experiences, the negative ones, the positive ones, it's all part of what makes you who you are, as me, as I am here at Cephas. My experiences, my negative, my dark side, my shadow self, all those types, all form part of who I am as a person. Straight. And accepting them and working on them and improving through that and growing through that, I think that's what I would define as self-love.
I love that, because in the process of defining self-love, he also gave us the importance of self-love. So basically, from what Cephas you've just told me, it's more or less like once you're able to identify you for who you are, positives, negatives, blah blah blah, that is when you can harmonize everything for you to now ascend to a higher level, or for you to improve yourself. So in another sense, it's like before you can pour tea out, your cup has to be filled with something.
Yes, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yes. So if self-love is more or less filling yourself, that cup up, and it's with all the goodness, all the garbage, everything, but accepting it, stirring that tea up and making it a very nice cocktail, let me put it that way. Yeah. So Cephas, how would you define various steps with respect to self-love? I mean, there are so many things out there, so many processes, but I'm talking to my brother, so I'm trying to tap on your wisdom. How would you define the process?
So to add to what you just mentioned, like not pouring from an empty cup. So first of all, you have to be filled. Okay. So what do you pour into yourself? If you put garbage in, garbage is what you put out.
Straight.
So what do you put into yourself? The media you consume, what you watch, what you listen to, Is it benefiting you? Is it improving your mind? Is it improving on your strength and your weaknesses? Is it helping you to improve as a person, to develop as a person? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You said you can pour from an empty cup.
That's true.
So if you're not developing yourself from within, like going within, noticing, okay, I have these flaws, I have this weakness, I have this strength. How do I work on them and to improve them? It's my experiences, my bad experiences, my negative experiences, my positive ones. How do I work on them to not repeat the same cycle, not go through the same cycle over and over? So all those form part of who you are. So the basic step to start with is identifying your strength and your weaknesses.
Straight.
And working on your strength,
okay,
to make them stronger, and then working on your weaknesses. Not to say you're eradicating your weaknesses, that
I don't think it's possible to totally eradicate.
Yes,
yeah.
You still have weaknesses, but working and improving upon them, that they don't affect you in any way, where they will make you feel inadequate in any way, in any form or way. Yeah.
And you made a point in there that I really love, and it's all about the identification of your strengths and your weaknesses, and the weaknesses could come in the form of media that we all consume, and this is the other point I wanted to add to that. Even friends could be wrong for you. Wrong for you in what sense, Charlie? Sometimes I think we need to...
Having toxic people.
Toxic people, you need to analyze. So this, my guy where I date plus, what am I getting from this relationship? Is it always where we're just getting fucked up every single time? Or are we talking about... Don't get me wrong. I have friends who, actually, from time to time we get messed up and everything, but I know that when we sit down to have a proper conversation, it opens doors. So if you know that you have friends that actually there are no doors opening, I feel like they are like some of the bad inputs that you're talking about, even like bad media. Am I right or wrong? Would you say so?
You're right. So first, another thing I'd like to add to what you just said, not just friends, like it's part of it, but you should know the kinds of friends you make. Are they channeling, or are they leading you in the right path? I mean, it depends on you. You should define for yourself what you want in your life and who you want in your life,
true.
And the standards you set, and the standards you set for yourself, and what you expect, or who you allow into your circle. If you know there's the same behaviors that you're doing that is sabotaging you yourself, like your addiction to porn, your addiction to alcohol, drugs, and all that kind of stuff, you know it's not helping you in any way. It's not helping you to improve, and you know you have work in the morning, or you have a goal to achieve. Then you go out party on Sunday night, knowing very well that you have an early morning to ride. I mean, it's basic stuff like that where you put into proper perspective, and you put your mind, and you put things into proper perspective, and see that, you know, these are things that I'm doing which is sabotaging myself and sabotaging some of my friendships. Like you're gossiping about friends, you're lying, you're cheating, you're being greedy, and you know, stuff that you're doing. It's not always the people out there. First, you look within you. You see the things that you are doing wrong, accepting it. It's easy pointing fingers at other people and saying, oh, this one is doing this one did this to me, and playing the victim role and all that kind of stuff, and having the victim mentality. But then again, ask yourself, what role do I have to play, or what role did I play in this situation or in this experience? What did I learn from it? What's there to learn from? You get me? What lesson is there for me to learn from? What did I learn from this? Or what did this teach me? Or what's this teaching me? If you keep repeating cycles, and you keep repeating experiences and situations every now and then, you find yourself in the same situation over and over, with different people, with different friends, different encounters, and all that kind of stuff, because you're refusing to learn the lesson from those experiences you've encountered in the past, and it'll keep repeating itself. That is how. So life is the only university where you get the test first before the lesson. In schools, you usually get the lesson before the test comes. So you'll be tested in many ways, but if you don't learn the lesson from the test, you end up repeating the same experiences, the same test over and over again, the same cycles, and you be going into one toxic situation, into another toxic situation, into another toxic situation, because you refuse to learn those lessons.
Charlie, yo, that is some deep stuff right there, man. That's deep.
Yeah,
so I per what we have discussed, and we went very deep into basically the first point, which was identification, identifying your flaws, identifying your strengths, identifying everything and working on the strengths to improve them and working on the flaws to suppress them. Now, after this step, bro, what would you say is the next phase? Because identification is one thing, cool, boom, I know this is it, blah blah blah. What's the next step?
Working on them.
Okay.
Working on them diligently to make sure you improve yourself, and knowing that working on them, it's in a sense that you know it's a process. It's not going to improve. You're not just going to improve in one day, in 1 month, 2 months, and you shouldn't compare yourself. And you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. Know that each and every one of us is on their own journey, and some people might have gone ahead of you on their journey. They've learned their lessons. They're going on. You are there to learn all those lessons. Don't beat yourself up. I mean, accept it. That, okay, fine. I'm on this journey, and this is what I have to learn. This is what I have to work on. There's no rush. There's no rush. I just have to take my time and learn and improve myself the best way possible. Work on my flaws, work on my weaknesses, and improve. Take action now, and working on them. Things that you can change within your power, make sure you change them. What you can't change, give it time and work on it. It will change. That's it.
Oh, whoa, bro, Charlie, you've given us a wealth of knowledge right there. But you see, I feel like we have gone into so many things with only 2 pointers. So imagine the wealth of information out there with respect to self-love. Cephas, how are you going to wrap it up for the viewers out there? Well, wrapping it up or giving a little summary, we spoke about identification, we spoke about action. Now, I want you to just round this whole thing up for us.
I'll round it up by saying you need to trust yourself to make the best decisions for yourself. And then also identify what's important to you and work on them. Set goals for yourself and achieve them. And know that all the mistakes that you end up making on the journey whilst you're improving yourself is just a stepping stone for you to get to your best self or best version of yourself. It's still part of the lessons that you have to learn. So the mistakes you make on your journey now and going forward, it's still a stepping stone to get to the best version of yourself.
Wait, bro, that was like a smoking gun on that. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, he is my brother, Cephas Nii Odartey Lamptey, and he just took us through a little bit or insight into self-love. I keep telling you that there's a wealth of information out there. Just go out there and do a little research, and look, you're going to find so much. It's been an honor having you through from episode 1 all the way to episode 10, and this is the finale of season 1. There'll be season 2 coming up soon, so please, ladies and gentlemen, before season 2 comes up, make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button, but go back and watch the other episodes. Look, whenever you're bored and you feel like you just want a little booster, go back, watch one of the episodes, and trust me, it's going to give you a little kick. I mean, from David through to AJ, through to Elisha Fry, through to Kevor, and now Cephas. It's been a wealth of knowledge. Trust me, we have so many interesting individuals lined up to share a little bit of information, knowledge with you. Cephas, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on the Daily Kick.
Daily Kick. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, it's all about love. Boom. That's it.